In a free market, no one's going to buy from you because you have a quota to meet. They're not going to buy from you because you need the money or have a mortgage payment or even because you're a really nice person. If you want to make a lot of money in sales, don't have making money as your target, he said. Your target is serving others. Now, when you hit the target, you'll get a reward, and that reward will come in the form of money. He would have said, I had the motivation, but I didn't have the information. Right? So basically, I was working really hard, running around and not accomplishing anything. Of course, you can have the information, the knowledge, but if you don't have the motivation and the inspiration, that's not going to be helpful either. So it's not one or the other. It's not an either or. It's a both. And, as many of you know, being in a slump is not only a yucky feeling, but you start to do the opposite of what you really should do to get out of the slump. Rather than focus on the other person and how you can serve them, it becomes, oh, no, what am I going to do? Is this going to get the sale? Is it right? And I think that's sort of natural. And that's certainly where I was at. To this day, I personally define a system as the process for predictably achieving a goal based on a logical and specific set of how-to principles. The key being predictability. If it's been proven that by doing A, you'll get the desired results of B, well, then you know that all you need to do is A and continue to do A, and eventually you'll get the desired results of B. That was a good start for me, but it wasn't a turning point because human nature is such that we're looking out for ourselves, right? We are self-interested creatures. That's how we were built. And as we know, success really is an inside job. It manifests outwardly as a result of how much we grow. Money is an echo of value. It's the thunder, if you will, to value's lightning, which means the key is that the focus must be on the value you provide another human being. Shifting your focus from getting to giving. And when we say giving in this case, we simply mean constantly and consistently providing immense value to others, understanding that doing so is not only a more pleasant way of conducting business, it's the most financially profitable way as well. So let's look at what many people think selling is and what it really is. There is a misconception about sales. Obviously, there are many people who think selling is about trying to convince someone to buy something they don't want or need. Well, we all know that's not selling. That's called being a con artist. The Old English root of the word sell is selan, which meant to give. I suggest you're giving that person time, attention, counsel, education, empathy, and ultimately immense value. To me, authenticity is congruency. I think there is a mistake that many people today make when it comes to authenticity, and that is confusing authenticity with transparency. Now, don't get me wrong. 9 times out of 10, transparency is a great thing, but it's not always appropriate. But there are certain, but transparency and authenticity aren't necessarily the same thing. My question would be, are you congruent with your values when you are relating to your prospect, customer, or client? Are you honest, trustworthy? Do you know your stuff? Are you focused on them? Those sort of things. And that's really, I think, what it comes down to. It's important that kids understand what free market capitalism really is and why it's so beneficial to everyone involved. Now we've got to also help them see where it's in their best interest to actually place the interest of the other person even before themselves. Great salesmanship is never about the product or service, as important as those are. Great salesmanship is about the value you provide another human being. It's how they will benefit from your product or service and anything else you bring to the table. It's about touching the lives of those who come into your life and making them better off just as a result of knowing you.